What's up, geeks and gamers? It's Jeremy coming to you with another video, and today we're going to talk about Dishonored Wolf. Now, I've only watched about 10 minutes of this 2-hour video. I don't have time to sit through 2 hours of Dishonored Wolf's video. Him and Mauler do some amazing videos, long videos. I don't have time to sit through it. But someone sent me this video where he's complaining about Aquaman, and I'm the first thing you see. And Dishonored Wolf is upset because I have an opinion he does not agree with. And I tell Dishonored Wolf, that's called life, buddy. He also says that it's depressing because while he agrees with 80% of my Star Wars takes, it's just depressing because Jeremy just has an opinion that I don't like. And again, I say that's life. And I say get used to it. As far as my opinion of Aquaman, yes. Very much enjoyed Aquaman. Very much. I do think I said I loved it. I'm not sure if I'm still there with it. I've only seen it once. But I very much like it. Very much stand by my opinion on that movie. Do I acknowledge that there are problems in that movie? Yes, that's not really what... I don't really... Whatever. That's not what the point is. I like the movie. Dishonored Wolf has a problem with me liking the movie. And he figured that he wanted to make me one of the vocal points in the first 10 minutes of his video. And it's very depressing. Again, if it's depressing to you that I like Aquaman, then I can only imagine what's going to happen if you found out that I like The Force Awakens. I don't even know what you would do at that point, which you should know. You also brought up the point that because somebody on my channel made a point about Aquaman and the DCEU, that I must share that opinion or I must back that opinion or whatever. No, Dishonored Wolf. You're someone that does a lot of, research on everything you do, don't you? Well, you should research the fact that I let people on my platform say whatever they want. Jesse Milestone made a video a few weeks ago telling me to shut the hell up about Trump on my channel. You think I share that opinion? No. But I'm not scared of her having her opinions on my platform either. I don't need people to repeat my opinions for me. So if I agree, you agree with 80% of my Star Wars takes. But one little bitty opinion on Aquaman is enough to get me put on blast on your channel. I gotta say, like, who are you trying to convince about Aquaman? Are you trying to convince yourself or everybody else? I'm just not sure. So again, yes, I liked Aquaman. I think the DCEU is terrible. I think you make a great point when you talk about how probably with expectations, because Justice League was so bad and BVS and all that was so bad that a lot of people are probably just justifying that this is a good movie because the expectations were so low. That's fine. That's a fair point. I have no problem with that. I don't think I've said that Aquaman's an objectively good movie because it's not. I can dislike objectively good movies like Mad Max Fury Road. That's an objectively good movie that I do not like. There's the objective way of looking at movies, then there's the subjective opinion. So you have a problem with my subjective opinion, which I don't understand. I don't get that at all. That makes no sense to me. Subjective opinions can't be argued. Objectively, I'm not going to tell you that Aquaman's a great movie objectively. I will just say subjectively I enjoyed it. And I don't see what the problem is there. But that's fine. I like Mauler. I like Dishonored Wolf. People have said, like, Jeremy, you should do a couple of Mauler-style Dishonored Wolf videos. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I would never try to do what those guys do because they're so good at it. Why would you watch me, a Dollar General version of Mauler or Dishonored Wolf, try to do what they do? Like, that's not what I do. I'll do what I do, and I'll let the pros do what they do. I would never try to do what those guys do. I love those guys. I think they're awesome. I don't know why it was necessary to feature me. I'm not mad that he featured me, but some of the ways it was presented was like, you're depressed because I have one opinion that you don't like? And I'm just like, what world do you live in where everybody is going to give you your opinions back 100%? That's crazy to me. I don't understand that. It makes no sense. But it is what it is. But I had to respond. As far as Aquaman goes, I don't know if it's still in theaters, but I'll probably go ahead and buy another ticket, not even go see the damn thing, just because I'm getting called out for liking it. I mean, at that point, I'm just, whatever I'm doing to piss you off, I'm just going to do it again and more of it. That's how I respond. Because if it's pissed you off to the point where you need to use me in your videos to make a point, then I'm just going to do more of what pissed you off. Like, That's fine. I would encourage you to continue using me in your videos. I would continue to not let one asshole on the internet pull you into depression. And again, I know you're not in depression because Jeremy had an opinion, but that's what you said. So I'm going to use that to my advantage. So I would say Aquaman, I really enjoyed Aquaman. Very much so. If I had to, and I don't really like go into movies and try to break them down. I'm not a fucking critic, okay? Yeah, I own a website. Yeah, I have a team behind me. Yes, we do editorial stuff on the website. Yes, I get all that. I'm not a fucking critic. I'm just a fan that goes and watches shit, and I have my opinions after the fact. Now, you also brought up that, the money aspect of Aquaman made over $1 billion, therefore it's a good movie. That's what people say. And he goes, well, The Last Jedi also made $1 billion. And Dishonored Wolf, you know good and goddamn well that is a ridiculous comparison to make. You know good and goddamn well that The Last Jedi was always going to make $1 billion. You know that's the case. Aquaman was not always going to make $1 billion. Aquaman made $1 billion because of what? Because of good word of mouth. So to make the comparison of Aquaman's billion to The Last Jedi's billion is completely ridiculous, and you know it. There is not one single scenario where The Last Jedi was not going to make $1 billion, and you know it. So the fact that you are relying on that argument shows that you are reaching big time to make these points. And that is not like you. You usually make solid points, solid takes that can't be disputed. And for you to use that weak-ass Last Jedi $1 billion argument is pathetic for your standards. So you're reaching big time here. So maybe you're trying to convince yourself Aquaman is bad. Maybe you're trying to convince others. I'm not sure who you're trying to convince, but some of the arguments you're making shows me that you're having a tough time grasping what's going on. Anyway, I like Mauler. I like Dishonored Wolf. And I know Mauler wasn't involved with this, but they're kind of connected because they do similar stuff, and they're always live streaming together, and they're awesome. I've never said a bad word about Dishonored Wolf. I've never said a bad word about Mauler, and I will link to both of their channels because, like I said, what they do it as good or better than anybody else, and you should definitely go check them out. People even said, I told them, I said, dude, I wouldn't, Mauler is kind of like the Ben Shapiro, and I know I get called like the Ben Shapiro of Star Wars, but I would not debate Mauler on a movie. I just wouldn't because he's just a master at it. It's amazing. And Dishonored Wolf, I'm glad you're back. I know you had to take a hiatus for some crazy stuff going on, so I am glad that you're back, buddy. I would just say, man, in the future, don't let my opinions get you so bent out of shape because I'm not that special. And my reasoning for liking Aquaman is purely subjective, and it is definitely due to expectations because I have hated the DCEU up to this point. I hated Batman v Superman. I hated Man of Steel. I actually didn't hate Suicide Squad, but I think it's an objectively bad movie. Justice League, not a good movie. Wonder Woman was fantastic. And Aquaman's really good. That's really, it's all about expectations. And so that's why I came to the conclusion I came. And I walked away from the film very happy. Whereas when I walked away from Man of Steel, at first I actually fooled myself into thinking I liked Man of Steel. Batman v Superman, hated it. Freaking hated it. So it's just like with Aquaman, I look and I see what they're doing with Wonder Woman and what they did with the Aquaman. And I'm like, how have you established these two characters so good, but you couldn't do that with Batman and Superman? What the fuck, man? What are you doing, DCEU? And so the DCEU fans are mad at me. Then I get called a Marvel fanboy, and I don't understand that one. And I love how Dishonored Wolf destroyed the Marvel fanboy accusations before they even started in that video, which I thought they were beautiful. But he's like, before you call me a Marvel fanboy, boom, 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 boom. I'm like, nice, nice. That's what he does. He makes great content. But anyway, that's my response. Yes, I like Aquaman. I'm probably going to jump on a line right now and buy another ticket to Aquaman if it's available. I don't know if it's still in theaters. Just to drive home the point that, yeah, I fucking liked Aquaman. And if your point was to try and use me to convince yourself that Aquaman was bad, then I'm just going to buy another ticket because I liked Aquaman, and that's not going to change. You guys have a great day. Subscribe to Dishonored Wolf, and we will talk to you later.